If you want to leave a comment on this video, here's how. Follow the link in the description to our blog and leave a comment there. All you have to do is make a fandom account and you're good to go. You can also follow the link to our tweet at @TTTECradio and reply to that. We can't wait to hear your thoughts. Hey everybody, this is Henry here with a long overdue episode at 2091 Empire News. Haven't done one of these since like October or November, but anyway, we are back again with another episode, and it's gonna be a little special one. Usually we talk about we talk about different content that has come out and stuff like that by other users. And we're actually not going to do that this episode because, one, I've actually not watched a whole lot of content recently, which I actually need to start getting back on top of that. But also, I thought, and Romeo's here. I mean Roman, and we actually got another person here, but we'll get to that in a sec. We thought it would be fun. We actually had this idea when the collab first came out, but we're just now getting to it now. We are doing a interview on the Early Years Collab that got uploaded back in October, November. Like the first part, uploaded in I think October, and then late in the November was the first part was in November. The second part was in December.
Yeah.
And me, Roman, and the third person that's here. We're all a part of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our guest here. None other than Trainking James, who is also the host of Thomas Battles on TTTE Radio.
Hi guys, it's me, Trainking James, as you know, the host of Thomas Battles. I know, I just wanted to say it again.
Okay. All right.
Because he's so full of himself.
Exactly.
Yay! All right. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm actually going to interviewing both James and Roman because these two were really the main people behind the collab that they went through with planning it and stuff like that, and I thought it'd be fun to do an interview. So without further ado, let's get started. With the first question, how are you today?
I'm good, honestly. Just had a nice, with all this virus stuff happening, it's been very, very chaotic. But honestly, it's just been relaxing, honestly. I haven't had to worry about college for a while, but surprisingly, it's just been nice to kind of just take a step back and kind of live in a more simplified world for a few days.
For me, like James, I've just been chilling. And because of all the virus stuff, I'm sort of planning my next video project because with the extra free time, I feel like I should probably do something with it. So there might be a new remake coming sometime soon.
Yeah, I get that. With all this with the coronavirus going around, I'm kind of in the same boat as you guys, where I'm kind of sitting back and relaxing for now. But at the same time, I'm kind of bummed because I had tickets to a Blues game this coming Friday, and NHL suspended its season, so I can't go to that. I had tickets to a Battlehawks game on April 12th. And that XFL suspended its season altogether. So, I mean... Yeah.
Go Guardians.
St. Louis Battlehawks, baby. Caw-caw! All right. Anyway, let's go on with the next question. What inspired you guys to, do this, collab specifically? The early years?
Well, I got the idea considering that the television series was turning 30 last year in America and turning 35 in the UK. So I decided what better way to honor that than by doing this massive project that I combined 26 people in the community, actually by the end 27, to come together and remake the first 26 episodes of the show, otherwise known as the early years or the entirety of season 1, basically.
Yeah. For me, really, it was just James's idea initially for the collab. After we had finished Trackside Tunes, I think James brought it up to me personally. He was saying like, "What do you think about doing this as the next collab?" And I was down with it because I mean, it sounded really cool. And I mean, the thing is, it seemed like there's been a trend with the collabs we've been a part of. Is like each time it gets bigger and bigger. Like for example,
that's what she said.
It is, but like for example, we went from the New Friends with Thomas one to the Ultimate Christmas Collab, which like was a bigger disc with more episodes and whatnot, and then from that one to the Trackside Tunes collab, it was like there's a bunch of music videos. There's a lot more clips involved.
Very unique. Like
yeah.
Each collab has its own unique like twist on it in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And then the charm about this one would be that it's a whole season and it's like such a huge project. So I was on board with that because it sounded like it would be really cool to be able to make a reality. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this next question is a bit broad. Like, you could have a broad answer. I don't even know if that's the right word. I have a small vocabulary. What was the planning for this collab like, just like in general?
It started with, because we kind of started planning it, we kind of distanced ourselves from Trackside Tunes, and we took our time to plan it out. I told the guys in Trackside Tunes first, is kind of like, hey, since you guys did this collab, you guys kind of have first dibs. Since I know you guys, a lot of you guys have experience with this kind of stuff, so you guys will be fine. You guys should be able to pick up the pace and get right into it. And it was just kind of from there, we tried to figure out, okay, so who are going to be the remaining people that are going to take up all these remakes? You know, how are we going to get up to 26? And to be honest, I didn't think we'd get up to 26. I thought we'd get maybe 20, and then we'd have to try to figure something out. But no, we pretty much got 26 fairly easy. We messaged a lot of people. We came up with a list, and we messaged them, and a lot of them seemed interested. And eventually, around early June, we had them together in a group, and Roman and I laid out everything they needed to know. We just let them get to work. And we worked on it for about 4 or 5 months, depending. And we released disc 1 in November and disc 2 in December.
Yeah, let's see, what could I add to this? Well, one of the things was, like James was saying, we let the original group know beforehand, and like we wanted to get a tally of like who all was interested, and surprisingly, only half of them are really actually interested in doing it.
Yeah, I think the only people that were a part of it that were a part of Trackside Tunes that were in this were like us three, and then Mike. Like
yeah.
100%.
Originally, Wooden Railway only was gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
But he had to drop because like he didn't have the time for it.
I remember that.
Just, like if we're talking about planning, I mean, so we made the group of us, the OG group, we made a list of people that we thought would be good to ask. And then we went around and asked them and told them all, not to say anything about it, just keep on the down low. And then, in order to get everyone to pick their episode, we kind of had to do like a random drawing of names, and then whoever was picked, they would pick the episode. So like we wanted to try and make it as fair as possible, because otherwise people were like, can I do this episode? Can I do this one? And it was like a big mess.
Yeah.
And then another problem we had along the way was either we'd have people drop, which we had a couple people that needed to, or there'd be people that we Like we initially set a deadline of like October for. We set a deadline in September for like music video clips, and we set a deadline in October for actual remakes. And most people were able to fit those deadlines just fine, but we had a couple problems that we had to sort out, and that was kind of a mess. But I mean, we got through it, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, I kind of am over exaggerating it a little bit, and
Yeah, it got a little it got a little stressful, but once we figured it out, we made some arrangements and changes. It worked out, and it turned out just fine.
yeah, honestly, it was. To be fair, we should have expected it for such a big a collab as it was. So we were kind of lucky with how little we had go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I expected a lot worse than what actually happened. Like, I expected far more people to drop out. I expected more people to be late, and the fact that we had, things were as minimal as possible, that it pretty much went better than I expected. I literally expected the worst things possible with this, especially because you have such a large group. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some people that we got in this collab. Like, I was very surprised we got Enterprising interested, because he's not really a remake person. And I got the idea to ask him because I had asked Robert about it, and Robert was interested, who is Jolly Good Idea Films, and the two of them filmed together. So I had the idea, if the two of them team up, they could tackle the sad story of Henry and Edward Gordon and Henry, which are 2 episodes that connect pretty much with, Henry being shut in the tunnel, and you have that set that's used between both, and it's a pretty heavily connected episode. So I figured I would just ask just to see what would happen, and I was very surprised that he agreed, and very surprised that both of them were very interested in doing the episode. So that went really nicely for us.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah, like, it was cool. We got a lot of like great people. We got a lot of great users like to be a part of it. It was really cool. And then this next question, I mean, you guys kind of already answered it, but I mean, maybe you could elaborate on it a bit more. How are you guys able to organize like such a huge group of people? Like 26, that's a lot.
One thing we did from the get-go is we kind of divided the group in two, basically on how we uploaded the early years. If you have a copy of the early years, it's divided into 3 discs. The first disc has the first 13 episodes. The second disc has the last 13 episodes. And then the third disc just has bonus features, so we just ignored that. So we kind of had 2 groups. The disc 1 group, which was led by me, and the disc 2 group, which was led by Roman. So that kind of, cut the herd in half. So it gave us a little less for us to have to worry about. And that way I took charge of the first DVD. I was the one who edited that. I was the first one. So I had 12 other people I had to work with, including Henry, to make sure they had their stuff together. And then once my disc was done, I kind of backed off, and Roman took charge of the remaining 13 people and finished the job.
Yeah. And I guess another thing to add to that is, because we had such a large group of people, we had to repeat. We had a main Twitter group for this, and then we had 2 other ones for each disc. But one thing we had to do a lot was repeat messages, because it's hard getting a large group of people to read your messages sometimes. So, I mean, there were some things that some people didn't get or didn't get a chance to read, and then they would. I mean, we had a couple slip-ups where people would accidentally publicize something about it, but.
Oh yeah, dude, that was funny.
But overall, I mean, overall people did a good job of keeping quiet about it. So.
Yeah.
I think actually right now is actually a good time to like do this. Like, I thought I'd give a little shout out to like everyone that was a part of the collab. Just go through, say their names, and if you haven't checked it out already, it's like I really suggest you guys check out the Early Years Collab. The people that are a part of it. Easy Coldy, Brady MC2, Jolly Good Idea Films, Enterprising Engine 93, Tangen Thomas, The TWR Critic, Trainking James, Lego Lover 117, Crimson 2091,
He's cool.
Ryatron
That's
12, Ryatron 12, Soderfan 2K10, TWR Productions 4, Callantail, Nick TF89, TW Remakes, Percy 6 Productions, Mike 123, Wooden Fan 1, Tracks Made Easy, Coldy Fell 1, Stoic 9F, Wooden Toby, Romans TWR Empire,
That's me.
Toby 77C, Heisel Productions, and Wooden Railway Stories. Again, these are all really great users to work with. They all make great style content, and not only check out the collab itself, but also it'd be a good idea to check out all these guys. They all make great unique content, and it's I think it's worth it, and I think the two people here with me would agree. But anyway,
well, when you read that list out, just person by person, it really makes the project just seem really grand. Obviously I'm not trying to showboat or anything, but it's pretty crazy that you read out that many people.
Yeah.
I can't think of many things that have been done in the fandom that have that many people credited to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very rare. You tend to see groups of around 10 people, but not 26, and I'm very surprised that we were actually able to pull it off and do a pretty good job with it.
It was pretty fun. I agree 100%. These next few questions, it doesn't really have to do with the Early Years collab itself, but just collabs in general. I'll go ahead and start off with this next one. What's been your favorite collab you guys have done so far?
It's really hard to pick a favorite. If I had to really choose, surprisingly, I wouldn't say the Early Years. I would say my personal favorite was Trackside Tunes, because the Early Years is a project that was cool because in the grand scheme of things, it's all these people came together. But with Trackside Tunes, it was something really different. It was because the Early Years, I more or less did the same thing I usually do on collabs. I do my remake, and then I send in a few music video clips. I edited Thomas Anthem and the entirety of Disc 1 together. But it was more or less the same thing I was used to doing with collabs. But with Trackside Tunes, it was a completely different ball game. It was very much here's your music video clips, and you had to put together music videos, which I edited 2 for that one, and it was very it was a different challenge, and I really liked it. I thought it was something new, something different, and I really, really enjoyed how it came out.
I think for me personally, I have 2 answers to this. In terms of working on it, I think my favorite one was the Ultimate Christmas collab, because for me that was my child. I was really the one that I'm not trying to show off or anything, but I think I was the one that really proposed the idea initially and was really gung-ho about going forward and actually making the thing. I don't for me, I really love Christmas, and I'm sure we all do, but I remember just one day I was fooling around on the Thomas Wiki looking at these and some stuff, and I honestly didn't even, before 2016, I knew that Ultimate Christmas was the DVD, but I never paid any attention to it, and for some reason after I stumbled across the Wiki article, I really gained this appreciation for it, because I thought it was so cool that they combined all the classic series, or for the most part anyways, all the classic series Christmas or snowy themed episodes together, and I just thought, wouldn't this be cool if we all came together and made a collab of this? So that, in terms of leading it and in terms of working on it in general, I had the most fun then. But I think in terms of the finished product, my favorite would have to be the Early Years, because it came out really well. I was really impressed with all the all the remakes and all the clips that everyone sent in for the music videos, and it came out, in my opinion, and this is no offense to anybody else that we've worked with in the past and any of the projects we've made before, but I think it came out the best looking.
Yeah. I like, it's kind of hard for me to pick a favorite too. I guess probably trackside tunes, because my favorite part of like these collabs are the music videos, because it's everyone's content put together with a song, and that's what trackside tunes is. And I think, honestly, I think that's probably the most unique out of all of them, in my opinion, because it's more so music videos than stories.
Well, I definitely agree with that part.
But
don't get me wrong. I love trackside tunes to death. It just killed me by the end of it.
But no, you guys. I think everyone that was involved in trackside tunes had like, because everyone edited a music video for that, and that was back when I was on Windows Movie Maker, so that was pretty rough. But
yeah, Roman did all the bouncing cloud,
6 bouncing cloud,
and the bouncing cloud segments in between. So that was a lot to do.
Yeah.
But then also, you also got to take early years into consideration, at least with me, when it comes to picking a favorite, because that was also, like I said, like 26 people. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that ending title screen, I think, says it all.
Yeah. But anyway, let's go on to our next question. What collab would you guys want to do next?
I've thought about this. I don't know specifically which. I mean, I have to figure it out. But I'd like to tackle... I would either want to do one of two things, honestly. I'd either want to, just go back to something a little more simple, just like a simple 6-person VHS or DVD collab, just something smaller. I like doing these bigger collabs with people and stuff like that, but like after the last couple, I need to like relax now, and I think I need to just do something a little simpler. But if I do want to go back in the direction of going bigger, I'd like to tackle a special. I just don't know which yet. I haven't figured that out.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't done like a special or something like that before. That'd be interesting.
No, it hasn't been done.
That would be really cool. I think for me, either like James was saying, either something simple. Like honestly, I was thinking maybe like something from season 6 or 7. That would be pretty neat. I know we've already done a season 7 one, but to me, the rest of the season 7 DVDs kind of, I don't know, they have a different vibe. And then like another one would be like Percy's Chocolate Crunch. That would be a cool one to do.
I'm actually in the middle. I'm actually in the, well, I'm not in the middle. I've had my stuff done for a while, but like I'm technically a part of a Salty Secret collab, and hopefully that should be coming out soon.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I honestly did too.
Yeah, it's a scary thing, but hey, we're working on it. But hey, what about Thomas and the Jet Engine?
That would be
Is that the one with little engines?
No, that has Boo Boo Choo Choo.
What has little engines?
Little Engines is on Percy's Chocolate Crunch.
Okay, we're doing Percy's Chocolate Crunch next.
But anyways, the other idea I had, and I mean this is just a random thought, but I think this would be cool to tackle. The only problem is if we were to do this, it would be redoing one of the music videos we've already done in a collab, and 2, it would take all the music. It would take so many music videos away if we ever wanted to do another one. But it would be pretty damn neat if we did. And I don't know how many people have heard of this, but it was like a promotional VHS at like Dale with Thomas events. It's called Roundhouse Rhythms, and basically it has all of the music videos from season 6 and 7 on one VHS, and nothing else. But I just think it would be really cool because considering the length of it and the amount of clips that would be involved in that, I think it would be really interesting to tackle. And the one good thing about it is none of the season 6 or 7 songs have bouncing cloud animation, so no one to die from doing that.
But yeah, that's something I've thought about. You know, you like with when it comes to collabs, is that like once you do a certain like amount, you start to realize if you want to do like other ones, it involves having to redo like certain remake like episodes or music videos, and that's something you got to take into consideration.
Yeah. I mean, there was even some overlap with the early years
Yeah,
and track tunes.
Yeah.
Like, there were some clips that were used in, like, the music videos we picked in the early years that
hey,
people had already done in trackside tunes. So what we
We
did for
also,
that, like, we just assigned it to a different person.
yeah,
yeah, we also actually did Terrence the Tractor and 2 collabs, so now we had
and Thomas's Christmas party.
that
That's
too.
true. Yeah,
Both
that's true.
episodes were done in Ultimate Christmas, so we did kind of redo them, but none of the same people did the episodes
Yeah,
here, so that was good.
yeah, we all live and learn. All right,
We do.
let's head into this next question. When do you think when do you guys think well like you'll I guess I don't know we or just you guys in general, when do you think you'll do another collab?
I really don't know,
Me
honestly.
neither.
I've personally just taken a break from them for a while because I did 2 back to back, and now I'm just kind of working on my own stuff right now, so I don't really have a plan of when I'd even want to do one. I don't even know if there will be one this year, in all honesty, so maybe, probably sometime next year, maybe.
All right. What about you,
Yeah.
Roman?
Um, Again, for me, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not positive, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to doing one this year. I mean, by the looks of it, it seems like we won't be doing one, but considering I am like a remake channel, I the only thing I do basically is remakes besides unboxings or whatever. So for me, it doesn't make much of a difference if I were to do one or not. But I'd say the next time I do a collab is just whenever the time is right. Really.
Yeah.
Because one thing I do want to try and do this year is like make a remake that isn't a based remake, like because for the past
You mean
I
you
did.
mean you mean remake based collab?
Yeah, my bad. I guess I said that the wrong way, but just I did end up doing an individual remake at the end of 2019, but before that, my last 2 remakes, Dirty Objects and Trucks, were both for collabs, and they weren't fueled by like my own, I don't know, my own individuality. Just I want to try and be able to do something on my own, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, like a movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Hey, we kind of had something going, but I mean, I'm not gonna like talk a whole lot about it in case we ever like decide to like do it. But I think you guys both know what I'm talking about. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. All right.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my
The
god.
it involves snow. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah,
Now
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
true.
I
That
do.
is true.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. I guess we'll go on to our last question, and this last one is actually really only for James. Um, but I'll go ahead and ask it. How does it feel to be on the last ever episode of 2091 Empire News?
Wait, what?
Surprise!
Yeah, this is the finale.
Why is everybody ending their show on the channel?
Yeah, I know it's bad timing, but I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. I mean, first of all, this show has never been that serious, so that's why I'm
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, but let's be honest with ourselves. We haven't uploaded an episode since November, and I'm pretty sure y'all can agree with this, but those last couple episodes were kind of fucking boring. Oh, you're gonna have to bleep that out, but
Yeah,
those
dude,
last episodes are kind of boring. And I mean, to be honest, we thought when we were going into this show that it would be a lot more interesting than it turned out to be. One problem with it is just that a lot of the time we're just like, here is a new video by so and so. Go check it out. And well, it is a nice promotion thing. There isn't much to the show if we're just doing that the whole time.
yeah.
And,
Other than like promoting people's video. I mean, that, don't get me wrong, that's great. But honestly, that's really all we had to offer. Like we were like, I don't really know. Like we're just taking a dump on ourselves right now. It seems like Roman.
yeah, it's fine. I mean, honestly, here, let me go check. I'm pretty sure that our show had the lowest view counts on community radio anyway. So, are we really losing anything of value? Let me check.
And while he's
Let's see.
doing that, but I guess I'll go ahead and say, yeah, I've just been we've just been busy. Like neither of us have been able to like get around to watching like content, and I love watching people's videos and stuff. It's just hard to like do it at a consistent pace to like upload stuff like at a monthly rate.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It starts to get tedious trying to keep up with a schedule.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing about other people's shows is there's variety in it. I mean, like with Thomas Battles James, you have new people on every single episode, and there are new questions every single time. With Character Gallery, they talk about a new character every time. With Blue Midwest Mysteries, Matt and Percy number 6 talk about different random stuff every episode. Just the thing about our show is that it was predictable what was going on. It's just like, check out this content. And while it's nice, like I said, it's not very interesting.
Yeah.
And I just tallied the total view count of all the episodes we have so far. And in total, 2091 Empire News got 1,170 views on community radio.
Honestly, that's not bad. That's not as bad as I thought. It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you ask me, I would count that as a success, and I hope you guys enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, everyone that's like watched the show up until now or like has been watching it, we really appreciate your support and I mean, yeah, like we kind of just been like talking down on our show the past like 5 minutes, but honestly, like in all honesty, I think I did have fun doing it while I was doing it.
Of course, there's no other person I'd rather do a show with after all.
Yeah, same here. It's a lot. It was fun while it lasted, but all good things must come to an end.
Exactly.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Any last words, James?
No, because that announcement just took the words out of my mouth. But I guess I can make a little plug for my channel.
This is the news after all. It's a shout out thing, so go ahead.
Yep. So my channel, on my channel, I do a series, Sodor New Era, and depending on the time that this video has come out, episode 6 of season 3 will either be out or be out sometime very soon. So just keep checking, and yeah, that's really all I got to say.
All right. Roman?
Well, all I gotta say is for the last episode of the news show, I gotta say this one was a lot more interesting, and I feel like if we were to continue, interviews would be another cool idea. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to get this interview done because I don't know if Henry mentioned it at the beginning, but that when we first started the show, I mean, that was one of the first things he pitched to me. And if you want some little backstory about 2091 Empire News before we end it, originally it was just Henry's show, but I wiggled my way into it because I was pissy that I wasn't on community radio. So I wanted to have a show with Henry, so I wiggled my way in here, and we became co-hosts. But one of the first things he told me he wanted to do was an interview on me and James about the early years, and I was like, that's actually pretty dope.
I mean,
So
I also wanted to do like an interview with High School Productions too, with his because he's doing that Great Discovery full movie remake, and I think that's pretty awesome. I guess now that
maybe
I brought it up, keep an eye out for that. I don't know what his progress is on it exactly, but it looks really he's actually going all out on it. I think it'll be awesome. Like when it like
maybe if that project comes out anytime soon, maybe we'll have to bring the news back for one more special
yeah,
episode.
that's true. Yeah, that is true. We could try doing that. Anyway, this is Henry and Roman one last time coming at you from 2091 Empire News. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you all for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye. What the hell?
What?
What?